Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. And if you follow my Facebook and if you follow my Instagram, I'm not really on Twitter so much, but if you follow any of those, you have seen that I was kind of asking you guys, what car from my family do you think recently got traded in? Somebody recently got rid of one of their cars, and in this video, we're going to take one last look at it. Your choices were either the longest lasting car that's been in the family, my mom's 2004 Chevrolet Malibu Classic, which we've had since 2006. So did we trade that in? The other choice was the 2008 Pontiac Grand Prix that my brother had from me. So did he finally get rid of that? My sister's 2003 Dodge Intrepid SXT. Did she get rid of that? Or did my other brother get rid of his 2008 Pontiac G6? I'm at the back lot of the dealership where all of the scrap cars, auction cars, and recent trades are. And over here is the car that was traded in. So, which one was it? We're going to take one last look at the 2003 Dodge Intrepid SXT. So the Intrepid made the cut for the trade-in. This is my sister's first car. She has had it for about 3 years, I think. And it's been a good first car for her. It's in really, really good shape as far as the exterior. The inside is near immaculate. But, unfortunately, with the mileage, and this car's got good mileage. This car's got, I think, 78,000 miles on it. When she bought it, I think it was around 64 or 65,000. But unfortunately, the age aspect is taking over as far as its wear and tear. So there's things on here that's adding up, and it was just time to get rid of it. So we're gonna go ahead and get in. I got the key here with me. And we're going to take it over to the other side of the lot, so that way we can get one last good look at this Intrepid. 78,818 is where it stands. And it is hot in here. Fun fact, I recently got stung by a yellow jacket in this car. A couple days ago, right on the arm. You can't see it now, but the windows were down because the air conditioner quit working, and I went to go put the car in park, and right there must have been a yellow jacket, because as soon as I went to the park, it got me. I wonder if I can squeeze through that way. Maybe I can today. So once we get out here, I will show you guys exactly, go into more detail as to why she decided to get rid of her first car. And then in the next video, I will be showing you guys what she got in place of that first car. Good enough. So we'll go ahead and shut it off for a sec. I do want to cut the headlights on just briefly. So, yeah, 2003 Dodge Intrepid SXT. I have personally always been a fan of this style Intrepid. This style Intrepid, I think, was one of the main changes when Chrysler was going through. I think it was like, what, the new face of Dodge or something like that. That was their slogan back then. Something like that. But this car, I think, was one of the first cars to really adapt to this new shape and style, as well as some of the features that are in the car. So this is an 03. They quit making the Intrepid altogether, I think, in 2004. And this is an SXT version, which is basically like a sport package that's added on to the ES model. So in all essence, this one is basically just an ES, but with the SXT, you get the spoiler on the back, of course the SXT badge, you get the chrome plated wheels, and you get the, which we'll get to it at some point, but the 3.5 liter high output V6. So yeah. I'm gonna miss this car just because I've always been a fan of it ever since I was a child. Like, you know, I went through like a huge Chrysler phase when I was beginning to really take an interest in vehicles. So this, it's just the Chrysler cars from this time period to me is, in my opinion, still the best Chrysler. Anything from the 90s and, you know, up to the early 2000s and such, I think this was the best Chrysler. And this one shows. This car is amazingly comfortable. I mean, you could just look at the seats right now. Very, very comfortable seats. Very comfortable ride. But unfortunately, all that has to end. So let me kind of show you some of the downsides to this particular car and why, you know, we're kind of getting rid of it, or why we did. The deal's already done. The you know, tag's already on the key. It's not for sale yet because this transaction took place last night, but you know. So you can look at this headlight here. It is full of moisture. Even the fog lamp down below is full of moisture. Now, you know, that doesn't seem too bad, but it does take a toll on the visibility at night. This one here is cloudy, so I mean, this you could probably restore this, but the moisture issue, probably not going to be restored. Even when I've tried to do the resealing on my mom's car, resealing the headlight lenses didn't work. So chances are you'd have to get a whole new lens. Now, I know what you're thinking. You could probably go to a junkyard and get one, but if you go to a junkyard, you know, it's already going to be used. Who's to say that this is going to come back? It's going to come back quickly, you know? I mean, maybe you'll get lucky and have one without. So the best bet would be to buy a whole new lens, and you're looking at roughly about $100. Fog light lens, not so concerned about. She never really used the fog lights, but headlights are a big deal. Now we come to the tires. All of the tires on the car are from 2009. I looked at all the DOTs on the tire. So all 4 tires need to be replaced, and that's just among one of the many things that need to be taken care of immediately on the car. But these, there's barely anything left on them. They're getting pretty bad. And you can see the wheels. The chrome on just about all of the wheels has been peeling off. So the chrome just isn't in good shape. This center cap came off when we were doing the brakes, trying to get the tire off, and it wouldn't stay on. I just never got around to actually putting, you know, some sort of epoxy or something on it. So this, I don't know where the center cap went, but, and you can see the wheels, all the brake dust. These brakes were changed not too long ago, and for some reason the dust is still really, really bad. Those are like the better pads that she paid for. So they weren't the cheap ones, but there's still a lot of brake dust showing up for some reason. I think this is the only good wheel left on the car that doesn't have any cracking or peeling of the chrome plating. So that's probably the best that you're going to see. We have our occasional rust here. It was rusting somewhat when she bought the car. So the problem is, you know, over time it tends to get worse. Then again, you know, if you look at the car as a whole, it really isn't bad for as old as this car is. I don't really think there's anything wrong with anything back here. Oh, the SXT also included this chrome tailpipe. All of my stuff keeps falling out of my pocket every time. No real rust on this side at all, so this side's pretty decent shape. Again, there's a cracking wheel. You can see how it's cracking toward the center. And this one's also cracking in the center. But yeah, other than some occasional blemishes here and there, overall, the body of the car is in pretty good shape, really good shape for how old the car is. Now, once we actually get into the car, other than some, you know, leftover dirt and stuff, I was actually supposed to detail this car before she made the decision to actually get rid of it, so we just kind of left it alone. But the inside is in extremely good shape. Give it a good carpet cleaning, of course, you know, good vacuuming, and you know, a nice wipe down. I did wipe it down a couple of months ago, so I mean, I gave it a touch of Armor All or something, so it doesn't look too bad. Even the leather, I mean, you know, you got some of your occasional wear and cracking down here, but there's no tear. Like, none of the seats are torn. You can see these seats are so comfortable. This one in particular is fully powered, as well as the backrest is powered also. This car had power everything, power wheel, power windows, locks, mirrors, you name it. Take a look at the back real quick once I open it up. And again, kind of compared to the front, I mean, it really doesn't look like the back seat was used much for anything, so you don't have as many cracks and such back here as you do the front seats. So the back seats probably were rarely used. Very cushy armrest. Okay, so we're back in it. Master key with the ram horns on it. Another classic Chrysler trait. So the thing I liked about this model is this had the white faced gauges, and not all of the Intrepids came with it, but with the SXT you did get the white faced gauges that give it more of that sporty look, as well as when at night you can kind of see the green. So the green backlighting looked really awesome at night with the white over top of it. So yeah, leather wrapped wheel, cruise controls on both sides, cruise works, and then you know, your lights over here, your trunk release, parking brake release, hood release. Might as well do that now because we're going to be going out there. Wipers, turn signal, high beams. That pretty much sums up that section there. So yeah, one of the things, again, the air conditioner quit working. Not very cold at all anymore. I did recharge it at one point, not this summer, but last summer. I think I put some Freon in it, and it seemed to hold up for a while, but it's not really doing anything right now. Really good sound system in this car. Single disc AM/FM stereo. CD player, I think, was getting a little slow on trying to pick up CDs, so the drive could be dirty and such. But good sounding stereo. Nothing else in there? Oh, there we go. One thing I had to replace was the fuse to the cigarette lighter at one point, because it was not giving any power to her phone charger, so the fuse was replaced. I liked this leather boot, how it's pushed in, unlike a lot of other, cars where the boot is outward. So 2 cup holders, and then you have your little center console here. So there's that. And what else? A big glove compartment. I thought she said that she left her phone charger thing in here, but I didn't see it so far. So vanity mirrors, no lights. 2 map lamps up ahead. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the inside of the car. Other than the air conditioner not really working, everything else is fully functional. Like I said, cruise works, hazards work, all the fan positions and everything work. Stereo does work. CD player is a little slow, but will work at some point. So yeah, I mean, everything in the car now is still fully functional. So here's the strong part of the car, the strong point. And that is the 3.5 liter high output V6. If you can get the car on level ground, the hood will stay up, but you can see it's not staying at all right now. So those would have to be replaced, and yeah, so that's one thing. I've had the hood come down on my head before. Not fun. But yeah, 3.5 liter, I believe from memory, 230 horsepower. Definitely not as, or her new car now is not as powerful as this one. But we'll get into the new car in the next video. But okay, so mechanically, this is where we're kind of running into problems. For a long time, a very long time in fact, there has been an oil leak, and every time I go to change the oil, this car is dangerously low on oil, like 2 quarts, maybe 3 quarts low by the time it's time for the oil change. So oil is leaking somewhere, and you can see it under the car. I believe it's more toward this side here. I don't know where it's coming from. I have looked, there's, as you can see under this hood, there's a lot of congestion as far as this engine. You can't really see much of anything because of its design, so I can't find out where it's coming from. So yeah, this engine is very critical if it's low on oil. Like these engines are very sensitive to low oil, so those ports plug up, this engine can seize. It's probably low on oil now, because it does sound like it might need oil, and we were going to do a change on it real soon anyway, but then she decided to get rid of it. So I can't believe it's raining again. It's starting to rain again. So okay, oil leak is one thing, transmission fluid leak is another. So one of the lines down here somewhere, I thought maybe it was power steering, but this car is not losing power steering fluid. I've looked at it numerous times. No power steering loss. It's a transmission cooler line, I'm pretty sure. So the transmission cooler line, that's another thing that's leaking. Transmission seems to be okay so far, but that's yet another problem that needs to be attended to almost immediately. Gonna need an alternator belt actually too, now that I see all the ridges on it. So the alternator belt would have gone. The alternator itself might be going, because last time I drove it, kind of noticed some weird play with the headlights during other functions. So the alternator may be going. You can just kind of see all of this is adding up to a lot of potentially costly repairs. So tires, oil leak, transmission fluid leak, possibly the alternator belt, new headlight lens, air conditioning service again. it all adds up. So she just decided to go with something different. Something that she actually wanted for a long time anyway. So that's pretty much all I got to say about under here, since this isn't going to stay up for me. I know she is deeply saddened, very sad actually, that she decided to get rid of this car. She really liked this car. It was her first big commitment as an adult, getting this car. This was her first big girl purchase, you know, a couple years ago. So she is very heartbroken by getting rid of this car. And to be honest, I'm a little heartbroken too, because I've enjoyed driving this car, and it's a very comfortable car. If I could, I honestly would buy it and just kind of hold on to it, because as good a shape as this car is in, I mean, you don't see Intrepids in this good a shape. Mileage is spectacular, but like I said, the mileage is good. We just have a problem with time kind of catching up and causing all the wear of everything else. So, but she got something now, like I said, something that she wanted for a long time, and she's happy. Once she gets to know her new car a little more, you know, I told her, you know, you won't forget this car, but it'll be easier to get past, you know, the fact that, you know, that this car had been given up. I'm gonna miss it for the sole fact of it not only being a pretty awesome car, but because, like I said, it was the good Chrysler era, and you can just kind of tell in the materials and the design, and you don't see this in Chrysler cars anymore. And I must say, when you get this car at open throttle, it sounds amazing. Squeeze back in this way. But I'm in the parking lot now, so I'm not going to attempt to obviously open throttle it. Oh, here, we'll give it a couple of revs real quick. Told you, that 3.5's got a good sound to it. Windows are a little slow. That comes with old age, you know. So that pretty much sums it up. The good news is, however, just from the overall state of this car, it's not obviously terrible enough to scrap. So the car is not going to go to scrap. If anything, it might go just to the auction, but I don't know if the dealership's going to, you know, invest in all the tires and everything that it needs, but there could be a chance that they're going to sell it. But who knows? I'll probably find out at some point in the future. But this was my sister's 2003 Dodge Intrepid SXT. So, like I said, in the next video, I will introduce you to her new whip. And like I said, something that she's wanted for a long time. She is very excited to have the car that she bought, but she's got to get over the shock of letting this one go. And I can understand. We kind of had the discussion on first cars here in my vlog series, and we know exactly how it feels to lose our first car. So that's pretty much all that I've got to say about the 03 Intrepid. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this vlog and the I guess the official farewell for the 2003 Dodge Intrepid SXT. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or thumbs up I should say, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this or any of the other content on this channel. And also check out Mike's Vehicle Spotlight, which is the official vehicle touring segment that I post here on this channel. And don't forget to also stay tuned to the next vlog, because the next vlog is where we're going to take a look at the brand new, not brand new, but the new car that she has purchased. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. The Intrepid has served the family well. I will see you guys later. Take care.